Hi guys, Ken Hill here with Gun Gear and Freedom. Today I was out at the range and I was doing some shooting and wanted to share a story with you. If you do enough shooting, eventually you're going to come across, especially if you reload, a squib load. And a squib load is pretty dangerous. I was shooting my XDM 9mm pistol and I was going bang 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 at the target, and then all of a sudden one of them went pop. It didn't sound quite right. And I thought, that's odd. I better check it out. So I opened up my gun and I basically did this exactly. Lifted, pulled it apart, and I took the barrel out to inspect it. And upon inspection, I found the bullet was trapped. And I'm like thinking to myself, oh great, how am I going to get that out? Well, I'm going to try something here. I'm going to show you guys just how I would remove a squib load. Squib load happens when you basically don't have enough powder charge in your bullet to push the projectile out the barrel, and it'll get wedged. Sometimes they get wedged real bad. This one doesn't look too bad. It's not that far down. Should be able to see it there. It's not that far down. I think it's just into the rifling, and I should be able to drive that out. But if it's further than that, it gets a lot harder. Anyways, let's try to drive this out. I've got a basically a rod that's part of a cleaning rod from an old kit that I don't use anymore, and I've got a hammer, and I'm just going to see if I can't slip it down on top of the bullet point and kind of tap it out of there with a hammer, and we'll see if we can get it out of there. Let's try it. Alright guys, as you can see, I've got my barrel pulled out of my gun, and right inside the barrel there is the squib. It didn't have enough powder, possibly when I reloaded, to push the projectile down the barrel, and it got wedged there. And this can happen, happens more typically with progressive presses that have auto measures and things like that, because sometimes the powder just doesn't drop down, and most of the time if you have a single stage press you have to individually measure powder out, and you're pretty well sure that you've got your powder charge in there, whereas with a progressive press reloading you're doing it by volume, and then that makes it so sometimes it just doesn't drop down like it's supposed to, and then you get one of these. Another reason that you can get a squib is the powder, something's wrong with the powder, or it's just not in there at all. So I'm going to try to take this little brass cleaning rod, basically, oops, knocked into the camera. The brass cleaning rod will hopefully enable me to drive this out, and with a hammer. So I'm going to stick the barrel down here on my desk, and I'm just going to kind of put the open end here point right down the barrel on top of the middle of the bullet slug. Hopefully I can find it, because I don't want to mar my barrel. I think I'm dead on the top of it right now. And I'm going to come over here with this trusty hammer here, and I'm going to give it a good whack. We'll see if we can get it out of there. I'm going to give it a good tap. Just a second. Ooh, I think I got it. That came out pretty easy, actually. Yeah, alright. We did get it out of there. You can tell where I had the top of this guy was just like right there, and that's why I chose to use that, is it's just got the perfect size to, you know, slip down over there. But you can definitely see the ring it left, and I think there's some rifling. See, it started into the rifling. You can kind of see that on the bullet, and yeah, it was in there, but wasn't that far in there, so it was pretty easy to remove. We should be able to see clean through, and yeah, we're looking pretty good. So that's all there is to remove this squib anyhow. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave comments in the comments section, and I'll try my best to answer them. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a good day.